I'm here in my kitchen next to my little hydroponic unit. I use this to start seeds indoors where the temperature is much better for germination. So these are black seeded Simpson lettuce. It's just too hot for them to germinate outside right now. So we got a 3-week head start on those by doing them indoors in this hydroponic system. So now they're ready to go out and be in some soil and hopefully mature in the next few weeks, where we can enjoy a cut lettuce. I'll put a few of these outside and we can just sort of snip leaves off when we're ready for a salad. So I thought you might want to join me in that process. So why don't you get your wellies, meet me in the garden. Well guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to move these lettuce plants that you just saw outside, and I thought I would try these tubs that fit right on the rail. These will fit on a standard 2x4 or 4x6 piece of wood. On the inside there are some places here, if you wanted to make that sort of a permanent thing, you could, to screw them in right here. There's also some places that are for putting them on a bigger piece of wood. You would drill them through here. What this does not have right now is any drainage holes. So what I'm actually going to do is just drill a few drainage holes in the bottom. And in fact, since we're on 2x4 right here, I think I may actually just do them here. And that way it'll conserve a little water down in the bottom. So that might be helpful. Kind of a little bit of a wicking quality to it. But for these lettuce plants that are just going to grow very quickly and we will use them up quickly, these are not going to be a permanent home for anything. These will just be for sort of shorter term crops. We could use them for onions maybe, or something like that too. But this is what I'm going to use. Let me show you what that is. I got these at one of the big box stores. And here's the label off of those if you would care to go buy some for yourself. We'll see how these work out. So let's get on with the build. So I've flipped them over. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and drill a hole here and here where these are already marked. That would be where you'd attach them to a board that's 6 inches wide. But in my case, I'm going to use them as drainage holes. So I'm just going to do, for now, I think I'll just do 1, 2, 3 on each side, and I'll see if that drains adequately. So I'm going to get on with the drilling, and I'll speed that up just so you don't have to watch all of that. We do have our helpers here today. There's Chrissy and Ruby. Yeah, they're never too far away when there's stuff going on outside. All right, let me get this set up and we'll get these holes drilled. All right, guys, now we have our drainage holes drilled through here on both sides, and the next thing will be to make up some soil mix, and I will link the video to my soil mix at the end of this video. So look out for that if you have not made your own soil yet. This is a really good soil. It's got some peat moss in there, so it helps to retain some of the water as well. Anyway, I will get that together and we'll fill these up, and then we'll move these lettuces outside. guys, so there's our soil ready. I'm gonna wet this down a little bit and then we'll go get the lettuces. So now I'm just gonna lift these plants out of the Miracle Grow hydroponic system. These have good root system on them. This is a peat stick. You can buy these, and these are specifically just to start seeds in. They're not a permanent growing medium. You can use this system to grow things to maturity, but this has lots of holes in it. It is strictly for getting them started. So I'm gonna take all of these. There's more than one plant in several of these. That's okay. I'm just gonna put them all in. We'll be cutting leaves as we need them, so that's perfectly fine. And the places where I planted seeds and they did not grow, those I'm just gonna leave in there because I can replant. I'll empty the water solution out. I'll put those pods back in, and I'll put more peat pods in, and we'll just plant something else for the next phase. So here's these. Some are definitely better than others, but they all look pretty healthy. The one thing I am seeing on one of these empty pods is in fact some mold. So maybe I will probably not reuse those. So, but still, it's a nice bunch of lettuce here, and we'll go out and we'll get that planted in their new homes. All right, guys, so I'm counting 10 plants here. So we'll just put 5 in each one and kind of let them go. So hang back while I do that. I'll be with you in a minute. So, okay guys, here's the lettuce in its new home, and we'll give it a couple days to settle in, and then we'll see how it does. So, a couple of things that might have been concerns. First of all, because that lettuce has been in the house all of its life, there is some hardening off to be done. As you can see, this time of day we're pretty shaded. In the morning we'll catch a little bit of sun here, but this part of the yard is fairly shaded, and of course I can easily lift these containers off and put them in a shaded place for the next couple days, 3 days, and let them gradually get acclimatized. So I'll be doing that, so hardening off is not really an issue. Where it would be is if we start raising plants hydroponically and move them out to a more permanent position in the garden, then we do have to worry about that a bit. So a couple of ways you could address that. First thing would be just to pot up like you would any other plant that's growing in a cell. You're going to let it get a little bit bigger in its pot before you put it outside. You could do that. The other thing would be just to put it in its permanent location, and you do want very good soil for plants that have been in hydroponic solutions, because they've had such easy access to their nutrients. They're going to have to work a bit harder now with the soil, so bear that in mind. But if you put them in their permanent location in a really good soil, the other thing you could do is just use some shade cloth, and you could put, you know, a couple of layers on that for a few days a couple days, then remove a layer, and then eventually take it off altogether. So those are some possibilities, and if any of you have any other suggestions for that, then by all means let me know. Thanks for watching along with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll be inspired to maybe grow some lettuce this fall and into the winter. Lettuce tolerates a light frost, so that first frost is not going to kill your lettuce. You can still enjoy it, and you could cover it up to keep it going even longer, so that would be a good thing. So if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and share the video if you have friends that are maybe interested in doing a project like this. Pretty inexpensive. It was cost of the soil making isn't too much. The containers were just under $10 a piece. So remember to check on that link if you need to know how to make the soil, and I will see you next time in the garden. So take care and bye now.